Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another show. My name is Abraham Walker with Ask A Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. I'm joined here with my co-host,
Crystal Walker.
And we make up the Ask A Walker team. We're in Northern Virginia, and we are live Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. Did I say Facebook? YouTube. I haven't said YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Can't leave out YouTube. Can't leave out YouTube. So the way today's show works is we have two topics we're going to cover. We're going to cover our home buyer topic, and we're going to cover a home seller topic. Our home buyer topic is question number 42 out of 100 questions every first-time home buyer should ask.
What is a home warranty, and what kind can I get with a new construction? And what about a previously owned home?
And then our question from 100 questions every home seller should ask is,
what is a pre-listing inspection, and should I have one done?
So that's question number 10 for the seller side. So the way the show works, we present our little talking points about each question, and then we answer your questions in between. So get those questions ready for us. Post them down below in the comment section, and we will get to them in between our little talky talk sessions. While you're getting your questions ready for us, let us know where you're watching the show from. Type right now down below in the chat. If you're watching us from Northern Virginia, let us know what county you're in. If you're outside of Northern Virginia, let us know what state, city,
or even country.
Rep your hood. While we're getting those comments ready, we want to let you know that there is a link in the description to the Perfect Home Questionnaire. If you are in your real estate journey, whether you're buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate, and you're ready to get some personalized service, click on that link, fill out that form, and we will schedule a time to meet online via Zoom to answer any and all of your questions about real estate.
And if you are watching from TikTok, you can find that same link in the bio.
All right. So let's make sure we don't have any questions so far. No. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so let's get into today's show. Question number 42. What is a home warranty?
What kind can I get with a new construction home? And also, what about a previously owned home? So we're going to talk about home warranties, their reputation, and if you should or should not get one. So we like to think that home warranties are a good idea in theory. So typically what happens is you purchase a home, and when you buy it, you have a home warranty that can be added to the contract. And if something breaks, you should be able to call the number and for a flat fee have that item repaired. And you can expect something to break within the first few months of living in a home. Something is either going to break or not work to expectations. And so with the home warranty, you should be able to call your warranty provider and they'll come out and fix it. That's what the home warranty agreement says. Stay to the end of the video, and we're going to share our opinion on home warranties and if we think that you should get one, if they're worth their money, if they're worth the money or not.
Keep in mind, home warranties are not insurance. Home warranties are not insurance. There is some level of expectation tied to home warranties that we'll kind of share our opinions about at the end, but we want to make sure we start that off. All right, so in reality, it's not
cut and dry.
It's not cut and dry. And home warranties come in two different flavors too, and we'll talk about the two different types. It's not straightforward as far as what is covered, what won't be covered, which is probably some of the concerns around home warranties. And also the fees can add up over time, right?
It can cost more than you think it's going to cost. And the whole idea behind a home warranty is it gives you this sense of this comfort that you're going to be saving money. And that isn't always the case when you consider additional fees or even just the cost to cover everything that you would need to cover to feel comfortable and confident with the policy.
All right, so the first type of home warranty we're going to cover is a new home warranty. So this is when you buy a property and you are the first person to live in the property. These new home warranties are usually the first year you live in the property. They're called door-to-door home warranties. because they cover the front door, from the front door to the back door, right? And so it's these warranties can kind of sneak up on you, because we've had a couple clients who have purchased new constructions in the last couple months, and the way they work is you essentially give your contractor or the person who built your property kind of like a punch list before the end of your first year, as far as everything that has gone wrong or problems that you may have with the finishes. The problem with these new construction home warranties is you're kind of relying on this person to fix the problem, and they've already received all their money. They've already been paid. They only really have to do the job or do the work to uphold their reputation. And if you're dealing with somebody who's not reputable, who isn't concerned about their image, then it could be challenging, which is some of the bad or negative reviews we see about new construction home warranties.
hmm And then on top of that, you're also going to have your appliance warranty when you're purchasing a new home, and the structural warranty as well, which is going to be for a little bit longer than that initial warranty that's going to cover the items on the punch list.
All right. So when you're dealing with your new construction home warranty, make sure it is in writing. Make sure the builder has spelled out everything. Make sure you understand too how to fill out a warranty claim. This is one of the things when we are working with new construction buyers, there is a final walkthrough that occurs where it's your final punch list is to make sure that everything is at least 99% complete in the property. During that process, I like to tell my clients, or I like to initiate a conversation about how do we submit a warranty claim? What is that process? What is the typical turnover, or what is the typical reply time for that process? Just to give my clients an idea of, okay, great, this is what it takes in the event I have an issue. So make sure it's in writing.
And also, if you're dealing with a smaller builder, because a lot of times everything is boilerplate when you're dealing with a larger builder. If you're dealing with a smaller builder and they're not willing to give you a warranty, then that's a red flag. And another thing we wanted to point out when dealing with those smaller builders is making sure that you're checking out their reviews. And making sure that they are reputable and that they do stand behind their product, because it's a lot more difficult when you're dealing with a smaller builder than dealing with one of these larger companies throughout the area. All right, so now we're going to talk about resales. And a resale is just an existing home. So you're buying a home that someone has already lived in before you. And so this type of home warranty is not standard. It's not always included in the contract. So if you want to have a home warranty, you're going to have to say that when you're writing your initial offer. Now, it could be paid for by the buyer. You can choose to add it to your to the contract yourself, or you can ask the seller if they'd be willing to cover the cost. It's usually going to be anywhere between $500 to $1,000. And when you're dealing with most home warranty providers, they're going to have several different packages available. And that's where you're going to see that variation in cost. You're going to have like your standard plan. Then you're going to have like, your gold plan, which is going to cost a little more, your platinum plan. And of course, the size of your home also comes into effect. So there are going to be a couple of different types of home warranties available by the various service providers. And there are countless home warranty providers out there. So the things that are going to be covered, as I said, once you move into the home, something's going to break inevitably, right? Something that you didn't know about when you purchased a property is going to all of a sudden become an issue for you. And so some of the things that are going to be covered by your standard home warranty, usually they're going to include things like your heating and cooling system, maybe plumbing, some electrical issues, certain appliances. And then, as I said, with those tiered programs, you'll have the opportunity to add additional coverage. So if you think that you may want to, minimize out-of-pocket expenses later, you may choose to get a more top of the line or top tier home warranty program or plan. And then there are also some add-ons depending on the company that you're going to work with. So they may have, for a certain fee, you can add in other items that wouldn't normally be covered. So if their plan covered certain appliances but didn't include the dishwasher, well, for an additional fee, maybe you can add on the dishwasher or things of that nature. But keep in mind, when you're dealing with the home warranty company, they're only going to cover new issues. So if something was broken when you purchased the property, that is not covered by your home warranty. It's only going to cover issues that arise after settlement.
Now, what are the cons of using a home warranty, or what are the cons that we hear about home warranty companies? First off, a lot of people give them a bad rep because home warranty companies are like going to the casino. Some people have amazing experiences at casinos where they win a lot of money and they are talking about it all the time. Other people lose money at casinos and then they have that negative experience. This is the same way how home warranty companies are, because it's not insurance. Since it's not insurance, it's not predictable. Like, you're not going to be able to say, okay, great, my coverage says X, they're going to do this. Your coverage says they may do something. You don't know until you have a repair person come out. Another reason why home warranties are deemed negative is because of the service fees. So you have a service fee every time somebody comes out and see the property. Sometimes the person who comes out and see the property will say that there only a certain amount of items are covered. So now you have to pay on top of the service fee to get something repaired or replaced. And then lastly, you don't know who is going to come and see the property. So it's not like you can go through a list of people, reputable repair people, and then use those individuals on that list.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to have a pool of people that work for or that's contracted through the home warranty company that will be sent to your property. Sometimes it could be a different person every time.
Yeah, so there's no consistency. So if you have an issue and someone comes to fix something and you have another issue, a similar issue down the line, there's no guarantee that the same company is going to come out that second time. But not only that, we also wanted to talk about the fact that over time the cost can. Or are we going to talk about that when we do our opinions? I'm sorry. Well, the cost of the home warranty can kind of add up over time, so it doesn't necessarily save you money. Now we'll talk about what a home warranty isn't. A home warranty is not homeowners insurance. So it's not to be confused with insurance. Actually, the industry came about is kind of be like a stopgap in between those to cover those items that were not covered by your homeowner's insurance. Another thing to keep in mind is that the home warranty is only good for 1 year. So it is a product that you have to continually renew. If you don't renew it after that 1 year, that 366 day, it's no longer good. You're no longer covered. So you've spent this money on this home warranty, and if you have not used it, then that's money you've spent on the year that you will not recoup. Or if you enjoyed using it and you don't remember to renew it, you lose that coverage after that first year.
All right, so now we're going to talk about our opinion about home warranties. I want to just point out, when you buy a home, one of the recommendation is that you take 1% of your purchase price or your home's value, and you start like a savings account for your home, right? So if you have a $500,000 property, then that means that every year you're saving like $5,000 just in case something is broken. So you have this account that's going to be add up over time, right? So let's say after 5 years, you have $25,000 in that account. So that means that you'll be able to repair your roof. You'll be able to replace the HVAC system. You'll be able to update something in the property. A home warranty kind of takes some of the money off the table because you are paying for not only for the package, you're also paying for the service fees. Sometimes those service fees don't account, or they don't lead to a positive result. So you still have to dip into this account that everyone should have set up for their property. So this is another reason why I dislike home warranties. Another reason I dislike home warranties is it gives you this false sense of security when it comes to making a claim. So say, for instance, if your dishwasher breaks on a Monday, you call the home warranty company on that Monday. They send out somebody in the next couple of days. Like, say, for instance, they send somebody out on a Thursday. Your dishwasher has been broken all this time. You still don't know if the person that's going to come out is actually going to fix the dishwasher. So now you have to wait for this bureaucracy to kind of play out and hope that things work in your favor. Whereas if you already have your home savings account, you just repair it when it comes time. and then
Mhm.
you move on with your life.
Yeah, because if you pay $1,000 for your home warranty, plus you're paying 125 every time someone comes out to service it. If it was the dishwasher, the cost to repair the dishwasher would have been less than what you've already spent for the home warranty. Not to mention, as Abraham said, when they come out, they may determine that the issue is not even covered.
Right.
So you've spent the 125 for the service fee just for them to tell you that they're not going to fix it, and now you still have to call another repair company to come out to actually do the work.
We have had one of our clients who have had a very positive experience with home warranties, where they got their dishwasher, refrigerator, and HVAC system all replaced by the home warranty company. I just don't hear enough positive stories to continue recommending it to our clients, and so we've stopped recommending it to our clients.
Yeah, so the same company that did all those repairs and replacements for our client, we've noticed we've actually stopped using them, but for years we did use them and had positive results. They were doing repairs for our clients. And then over the years, we started to hear fewer and fewer good things. We started to hear that there were declining claims. And so over time, we had to just reevaluate. I thought they were great in the beginning. I really did. But when we first started using them, and they already had a bad rap at that time, and not this company, but just home warranties in general. But over time, we found that they were paying fewer and fewer claims. And so I don't know if I see the value there anymore. Again, if you have the home savings account, or if you're only having a few issues every year, then more than likely you're actually going to spend more money on the home warranty than you're actually going to get out of using it.
Excellent. So now it's time for your questions. So any questions you have about the home buying process, selling process, or investing in real estate, post those down below and we will get to them. While we're waiting for you to answer, put your questions below in the chat. Let us know where you're watching the show from. If you're locals, if you're in Northern Virginia, let us know what county you're in. If you're outside of the area, let us know. Rep your hood, represent your location. For that, there is a link in the description to the Perfect Home Questionnaire if you're ready to start your real estate journey, whether that be buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate. That link is in the description. We'll schedule a time to meet online via Zoom to answer any and all of your questions.
And if you're watching us from TikTok, that link is going to be in the bio. All right, we're going to get ready to transition on to our second question today. Second question is going to be for our sellers. It's from the book 100 Questions Every Home Seller Should Ask. And today we're talking about pre-listing inspections. What is a pre-listing inspection and should you have one done?
All right, we'll let this simmer for a little bit while we wait and see if we have any questions coming before this segment. All right. So let's get into our 100 questions every seller should ask. Question number 10, what is a pre-listing inspection and should I have one?
Okay, so we'll start off by discussing what a home inspection is. So, home inspection is when you have a licensed home inspector come in and they're going to assess the condition of the property. They're going to poke around and see if there's anything that's broken, anything that's out of code, or just things that aren't working optimally. So, this usually happens when a buyer is doing their due diligence. A buyer puts your home under contract and then they have a home inspection conducted so they can know about the true condition of the property. So a pre-listing inspection is just when the seller has that inspection done before they put their house on the market.
All right, the way a home inspection works is you have this person doing a general overview of the property, and they have really some base level skills or knowledge about different segments of the property, which include the HVAC system, the electrical system, plumbing, roofing, pest control, also on the exterior of the property, water mitigation, the gutter system. They just know a lot about a lot of things, right? This is the person you call to let you know who you should call next. it's going to cost you way too much money to bring out all of these professionals at one time. So you bring a home inspector in and they review all of these items. In addition to that, they also look at the appliances, right? So they want to run, they'll run all the appliances to make sure that they're in good working condition. Also that they've been installed properly. Just because you have a appliance in your property doesn't mean it was installed properly. You would be amazed at the number of times that's mentioned on a home inspection report.
All the stoves that aren't anchored.
Right. And also the dishwashers are not installed properly on a regular basis. All right, so the purpose of a home inspection, a pre-listing inspection is to be proactive. The way the process works, your property hits the market after your listing, after you sign a listing agreement with your real estate agent. And then shortly afterwards, the property goes into contract, at least in Northern Virginia, where we're located. From the time that the property goes under contract to the time that it actually is, there is the buyer's home inspection, you only have about 7 days. From that time to the closing, there's maybe an additional 21 days. There's really not that much time for you to do too many repairs in the event that you find something that's a major issue. A pre-listing inspection gives you an opportunity to get ahead of those larger repairs. It allows you to get ahead of the true condition of the property, because you don't know what's going to cause a buyer to want to walk away. What is the major issue for a buyer? Each buyer is different.
Yeah, so you know the day-to-day issues in your home, right? So you know about the leaky faucet, you know that sometimes the toilet runs. These are things that you know about just from living in the house. You know about the doors that rub when you open and close them, right? But then there are going to be the hidden issues, the things that you just don't see because you aren't aware of them or you don't have the expertise to even be aware of them, right? So this is a great opportunity to have someone come in to give you a list of things that you want to remedy before you put the house on the market so you can have a better idea of the true condition, because you'll be surprised at the things that will cause a buyer to walk. And you have no idea what a buyer's tipping point is going to be. We had a client recently who was purchasing a home and they insisted on an air quality test because they had issues in a previous home with mold. We've had issues just with a buyer who wasn't happy because some of the windows didn't open or close properly. So if you know about that on the front end, that means that if your windows are under warranty, you can have someone come in. You can begin the warranty process with the window manufacturer, where you have them come in and fix or replace the windows. So that is done well before the house even comes on the market.
All right. Again, just a reminder, this is about being proactive. Once your home goes under contract, you usually start the process of figuring out where you're going to move next, lining up your movers, lining up all of the details about the next property. A buyer's home inspection happens a few days into your contract and into the time that your home is under contract. You don't want to be blindsided by anything. So be proactive as you can be.
And you, as you were saying, you don't know what they're going to ask. So just with that window example, let's say there is an issue with the windows. Well, if you have to call the warranty company to come out, the window company to come out and take a look at your windows, that could be something that could take several weeks. And as we said, the house goes under contract on day 7. You get the home inspection report. If you're closing in 30 days, what if the company needs longer than 2 to 3 weeks to come out and do the repair? So again, you want to be proactive because that time that you have to be reactive can be very short.
Mm-hmm. So what are the benefits to the seller? So what's the pros for doing a pre-listing inspection? First of all, you know what's going on. If you know what's going on with the property, then you can be you could be ahead of the negotiation process, right? So sometimes buyers will actually use the home inspection to reduce the sales price or to get a reduction in the cost of the property, or even get some closing cost assistance.
Mm-hmm.
This is all going to hit your bottom line. If you know in advance, okay, great, my property is in X condition, then you can negotiate with that leverage on your side. So you remove all the surprises. You also have more time to make repairs. You also remove the back and forth that can happen with a buyer who likes to negotiate. Some buyers love going back and forth, asking for things. They feel like you have to lose for them to win. You get ahead of that type of buyer. And then lastly, if you find something out that's major and you feel the need to not have that issue repaired, you can just mark it that that segment or that item is going to be as is. It's in its as is condition. The buyer knows that going up front. So when they put their offer in place, you don't have to worry about them having any surprises.
Well, not only that, if there is a big issue that comes up during the home inspection, let's say it is the thing that causes the buyer to walk away. Well, you now have the house back on the market, and that is going to make it more difficult for you to sell to the next buyer because they're going to want to know, well, what happened? Why did this buyer walk away? And if it is a major issue, you do have to let them know the reason for that buyer walking. Or let's say the buyer walks and you decide you now want to fix the issue. Well, if it is a bigger issue and it takes some time to fix, let's say it's going to take 30 days, let's say it's going to take 6 weeks because a part has to be ordered. Well, during that time, you may have to pull the house off the market while you get that item repaired so that you're ready to entertain future buyers. Now, that comes with some disadvantages. Having a pre-inspection does come with some disadvantages because once you know, you can't unknow. So once you know there's an issue, especially if there's a major issue, you know about it, you have to disclose it to any potential buyers. So you're going to have to disclose that. You're legally obligated to do that. So as Abraham said, you can market it as is. But you have to be prepared that if you find out that there is a major issue within the home or something that needs to be remedied, be prepared to fix it, meaning that you have the funds available to fix it or you're prepared to market the home accordingly.
All right, so that was question number 10. What is a pre-listing inspection and should I have one? I'm in favor of pre-listing inspections because they give the seller an advantage, an information advantage, and you know exactly what needs to be done. In Northern Virginia, most properties come on the market. Most properties, the seller has already started talking to the listing agent months in advance. So you already have this time to knock out the pre-listing inspection items, to knock out the HOA repair items, and then put the house on the market clean. And you don't have to have any stress or worries about a buyer backing out of the deal. There's nothing worse than getting 7-10 days into a contract and then knowing that the buyer is walking just because you didn't have the HVAC system serviced.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. You've already hired the movers. You've called the movers. You may have even started packing because you're anticipating moving in 3 weeks. And now you have a buyer back out because of something that was completely avoidable had you had those professionals come in and take care of those things on the front end.
That's correct. So let's get those questions ready for us. If you have a question about buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate, let us know and we will answer your question. We'll stay on for a little while to answer those questions. While those questions are getting queued up, there is a link in the description to the Perfect Home Questionnaire. Fill out that form and we will schedule a time to meet online via Zoom to answer any and all questions about your real estate journey. If you're on TikTok, that link is in our bio. That's it. So, what are your questions? Any questions? This is our last show for the week. So, this is we're getting ready for the weekend. Mm-hmm. Our son's school is in the state championship game for basketball, the boys basketball team. This is the second year in a row. So, go Hayfield Hawks. Hopefully, they have a successful
run tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. So the game is tomorrow. It's down in what? Richmond at VCU. So lots of folks from the area be heading that way tomorrow evening. We do not know if we'll be in that number yet. But we will be back here on Monday with 2 more questions. So we're going to tackle question number 43 in our home buyers guide, 100 questions every first-time home buyer should ask. And so let's see, we're going to talk about what does a contract really say and what are my obligations under it? So we're going to go into that. We went over the entire residential sales contract a few questions back, but we're going to go under what your obligations are under the sales contract. For question number 43, we're going to do that on Monday morning. And then we're going to have question 11 from 100 questions every seller should ask. And that's going to be, how do I find a good home inspector? So you're thinking about having that pre-home inspection we just talked about. How do you find a good home inspector? We'll tell you.
What are y'all plans for the weekend? Does anybody have any plans for the weekend? Anybody do anything interesting? We need to do something with the fellas this weekend.
We do.
Oh well,
We do.
if Abraham goes to, well, even if he goes to the championship game, we still should do something with the fellas this weekend.
We shall see. Going to the game might be something that we do with them, so we'll see. We actually had a conversation with our youngest son last night about whether or not we're going to go to the game, because in theory, Richmond is only an hour and a half from Alexandria. In theory. In reality, it's more like 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, especially on a Friday evening. So that would, to me, 2.5 hours equates a road trip. Like, I feel like an hour and a half, not so bad. 2.5 hours feels like a road trip to me. Don't know if I could do that. Don't know. Game doesn't start till 8 o'clock. That'll put us driving home. I don't know. I love my kids and all, but I don't know. So we may have to send just the one. We'll see.
All right. This is the last call for questions. We'll let this song play out. If we don't have any questions by the end of that, we will say good night. Say good noon.
Good day.
Good day.
We'll say good day.
And
then we'll see you Monday morning. Or you'll see us Monday morning. If you're on TikTok, you'll see Abraham Monday morning, but you won't see me, but you will hear my voice.
Yes. Also, if you're on TikTok, make sure to follow us. We are trying to get to 10,000 followers. Once we get to 10,000 followers, we will be able to show you the rest of our little production here. TikTok doesn't allow us to stream from our little streaming setup. So we have to stream from our phone here. So drop a follow for us, please.
You guys are missing out on all the good graphics that Abraham has. You're missing out on seeing the slideshow. We love you to be able to have the full experience.
Do.
If you joined us late, you can catch the entire show on our YouTube channel. The rebroadcast will be on the YouTube channel, Where to Live in Northern Virginia. And if you're watching from YouTube and you want to see the whole setup and what we got going on over here, you can also check out the rebroadcast on the YouTube channel, Where to Live in Northern Virginia.
Okay, so we have a question here on TikTok. Hello, I currently rent in Fairfax. Should I buy instead? I'm foreign, not sure if it's a good idea. I always think it's a good idea to buy a home because it controls your price, your home ownership price. So your rent will always go up, which will be an issue unless your income continues to increase. And we already see, based on history, income does not keep up at the same level of increases as your rent does. So buying a home allows you to lock in your housing cost. And I don't want to say build equity, because that the difference between what you're going to pay in rent, you will have a difference between the price you pay in rent and the price you pay for a mortgage. So you could, in theory, take that difference and put into the stock market or some type of index fund or some type of other investment vehicle and have a similar return on investment. So I don't want to make this about an investment conversation, but your rent will most likely continue to increase. That's just what rent does. And if you buy a home, you have something to show for all your rent payments.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to talk more one-on-one with Abraham, you can click the link in the bio to schedule a perfect home consultation where he can answer any other questions you have and get some more information from you to see if buying might be the best option for you.
How long have you been renting in Fairfax? That's RMLS 27. Also, how much are you paying in rent? That would also probably play into whether or not you could afford to buy right now. Maybe you want to go into a condo. I love condos. I'm a big fan of them. Do, 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 do. Three years, I paid $2,100 in rent. What can I get? You can get a nice sized condo, 2-bedroom condo. If you're in Fairfax, Fairfax has, depends on what part of Fairfax you're in. Are you in Fairfax County or Fairfax proper? Fairfax City? There's so many Fairfaxes, it's ridiculous. But anyway, but what part of Fairfax you're in? One thing I don't understand is how you'll have some people who pay rent, and then they'll be against buying a condo, but they're living in a condo in an apartment complex.
Are you talking about people who are renting apartments who only want to buy a townhouse?
Right. Yeah. We'll have people who reach out to us and say, I only want a townhouse, but they currently rent inside of an apartment complex, and it's a big enough space for them to rent, but they don't say, oh, this is a big enough space to just live in general. So yeah, $2,100 in rent, you could get yourself a nice size condo in the area. You know, it's too bad that we don't have it's too bad our listings don't just show how much your monthly payment would be versus the sales price. I think it's weird that we have people shopping by sales prices, but they really experience the home in their monthly payment.
Well, I mean, it varies, of course, depending on interest rates and down payment. Some websites are allowed them to do that, but not through the MLS.
Yeah, there should be a way that we just plug in what our clients want to pay per month, and then all of
the way versus the sales price.
Versus the sales price. I just think that the sales price is silly. All right. So if we don't have any more questions, we'll stay on until the end of this song.
And then we'll see you on Monday.
I would like to see my options. How can I get a consultation? There is a link in our bio to schedule a perfect home questionnaire or a perfect home consultation. Just go to our link in the bio on TikTok, and it's linked to our calendar as well. So you'll just be able to schedule a time with us, and then we'll discuss your options. So today is the 9th of the month. Next week's show, I may even do something over the weekend where I go over the numbers.
Okay, but the numbers come out on the 11th, right?
I already have the numbers.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Next week, are we going to do Prince William County's
So I thought we
series?
were going to do the numbers like we did last month, where we do on the 4 different days, we do the area, and then we did Fairfax, Loudoun, and then Prince William numbers. Like we did. We opened the show with the numbers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that. What would that put us at, though? What is... So if today is Thursday, today is the 9th.
Monday is the 13th, I think. Yeah, 13th.
That may work.
Okay. All right.
Excellent, excellent. So thank you all so much for watching today's show. We will see you all next week. If you have any questions for us, feel free to reach out. There's a link in the description or the bio for the Perfect Home Questionnaire. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have an exciting time this weekend. I don't know what's going on. Is the cherry blossoms?
No, end of the month. I think 22nd.
Okay, excellent, excellent, good. All right, then, y'all take care. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.